Herculez, it's been so long since we were in a basement in Bristol, sifting through very, very weak transfer rumors. So I figured, why not bring back a transfer raider MLS style? Because there's certainly plenty of rumors going around. We'll go back and forth. It's either a hit for you or it's a miss. The first link we have, Diego Costa to come from Atletico Madrid to Inter Miami. This apparently part of David Beckham's recruitment for his new MLS team. Diego Costa to Inter Miami, hit or miss, Ale?
I'm going to say it's a miss, and there are a couple of concerns about Diego Costa. Injuries have been an issue over the last few seasons, but perhaps even more concerning is a drop in productivity, a steep drop in productivity. And you put those things together, and it tells me this is not trending in the right direction. I think you could use that money and place it somewhere else and invest it into a player that could be consistently more productive for you.
Fair enough. Herc, what do you think? Doesn't MLS need some villains like Costa?
Yeah, but if you're Diego Alonso, do you really want a villain within your own locker room? He's shown these attitude or personality problems pretty much everywhere he's been. Ali touched on the productivity. First and foremost, if you're a forward, I need that. I don't know if he has the star power or the appeal in that market. Steep salary price, everything just screams no for me with Diego Costa, as fun as it would be for us to cover it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Just 2 goals in the 13 games played so far this season for Atletico Madrid to speak to the productivity issues you both mentioned. Next up, 32-year-old Arturo Vidal, another David Beckham recruit to move from Barcelona to Inter Miami. He's also got some other options, apparently. Inter Milan, Newcastle, Dortmund interested in Vidal. Herc, let's start with you on this one. Arturo Vidal to Inter Miami. Hit or miss?
Huge hit. Huge hit. I know what you're saying. We need that 9. You need that forward. You need that goal scorer. If you're Inter Miami, you need that huge international star. But this is a winner. This is a guy who's won everywhere he's been. Juventus, Chile, for Barcelona, Bayern Munich. Everywhere he goes, he wins. It's a position that they could actually get better at. Victor Ulloa is a very, stable Major League Soccer presence, but not really a star player or somebody that you would bank on. I think this makes a lot of sense for Inter Miami. He's still a very good age, 32 years old. Very good tenacity about him. I think he would mesh well with what is Major League Soccer. I love this.
Vidal on the streets of Miami, Ale, what do you think?
Well, I don't love that. I don't love that. Oh man, yeah, I don't love this one. I would stay away. I just think that you have to strike a balance between investing in the older players because you think that they can give you something special on and off the field, or going in the trend that we have seen from Major League Soccer in the last few years, which is about we invest in the younger player that is coming into the prime of his career, or the younger player that we're looking to turn around, flip them over, and sell them and get some sort of profit. That model, I think, would make more sense. And for the money that you would invest in Arturo Vidal, you can probably get 2 or 3 players in that same mold that I just spoke of. If you're going to spend big money, you have to be completely 100% convinced that this is your guy and that this is a guy who's going to blow the doors out of this league. I don't think Arturo Vidal is that guy because of his game. In order for fans to truly appreciate it, his game is very nuanced. He does a lot of the dirty things that people may not be able to see and that may be important to a team, but they're not the sort of things that attract attention to your group. And so I would say that as good a player as he has been, I think I can invest that money in other places in my group.
Ale, man, stingy with the money in the front office. No to Diego Costa, no to Arturo Vidal. Let's move on to Juan Mata. He's next on my list, 32. No team link, but Mark Ogden says Mata would embrace the idea of Major League Soccer. Mata to MLS. Ale?
For the right price, yeah.
All about the dollars.
What's that price?
Well, I do think this about Juan Mata. He has had a difficult time over the last couple of seasons at Manchester United where he has not been preferred in what has been a very difficult time for Manchester United as a whole. But I would give him this. Anytime he's given an opportunity, every time he plays, there is a commitment there. And there is a positive attitude and a positive energy about him. And so when I hear things about Juan Mata embracing the idea of coming to MLS, I think I'm going to get a player who would be excited about the project of Major League Soccer and would be excited about handling that commitment and hanging on to that responsibility and say, yeah, for the time that I'm going to be there, I'm going to be a full-on professional. I'm going to do my job. I'm going to do the very best I can to make sure that my team wins games. You need a lot of that in Major League Soccer for any team. And so if I can get him for the right price, I would say, one, come on in and be the player that we think you can be for our group and be the leader within this locker room and the presence that you have been at Manchester United.
Herc, Juan Mata to MLS, hit or miss?
Hits. And I understand that it has to be for the right price. I think that goes without saying for a lot of these players because of their age. You know, he's 32, but he's never been particularly a guy that's relied on his athletic abilities. His skill set is different. He's very good with the ball at his feet, great vision. I think he's proven that physicality has not been an issue with himself. And I think he just makes your team better. That's a reality. You could insert him into any lineup within Major League Soccer, and he's going to make that team better. Players like this, and I agree, it's all about price. They're welcome to Major League Soccer.
All right, so far we're talking about guys coming to Major League Soccer. What about an export from MLS? Roger Gonzalez of CBS Sports tweeting earlier this week that Reggie Cannon could move from FC Dallas to the Bundesliga. He's already been linked to Anderlecht in Belgium. Let's keep it on the Bundesliga, the highest level there. Herc, Reggie Cannon, 21 years old. Ready for that jump?
I don't think so. Not at the highest level of the Bundesliga. He's 21 years old, I believe. He's a player that not so young at the world's level. He's only had about 60 games professionally. Not a lot of end product with what are those games. I understand the level he's playing at and maybe the system that he's at FC Dallas. He does have a good future ahead of him, but not top-tier Bundesliga future. This is still a player that's got to learn a lot. And I understand Bundesliga is a great league for you to get that, for you to own your craft, but not at the highest level. I think it's just too big of a jump for him.
Reggie Cannon, hit or miss to leave MLS, Ale?
Well, it's a hit for him to leave MLS, and whatever that jump is, too, I think would be useful to the player, if for no other reason, to work on the things that Herculez just mentioned, and to truly improve his game. There's raw athleticism there, and there is speed, and the things that you cannot teach, but you can teach him, hey, about when you get to that final third, and you've gotten around that guy, now is the time to deliver a good ball in. And now it's time to get your head up and find the right pass. Or maybe do the combination in which instead of taking an outside position, you take an inside position and diagonal movement into the box where you can expose other defenders because you have that sort of speed and you can be the late runner coming out of the back. Things that Reggie Cannon does sometimes, but not all the time. And so his game does need a little bit of polishing. And I think that would happen more rapidly and accelerated in a better, sort of more competitive environment. And if that happened to be Bundesliga, then I think that would be beneficial to him. Now, it also depends on what he does once he gets to that sort of setup. Is he the player that is going to take that challenge on and understand that they want to teach him? They want for him to get better. They want to improve him as a player, but there's going to take some time and maybe you're going to be riding the bench for a while. And are you going to be welcoming to all those different setups and to the different way of coaching, the different atmosphere and the different level of expectation? Or are you going to turn your back on that and just kind of walk away from that challenge? So I think it really comes down to the mentality of Reggie Cannon, that I think he can take this jump, but he has to be sort of coming into this new situation with arms wide open and say, you know what, let me soak in everything that you guys want me to soak in, and that's going to make me a better player in the long run.
Guys, great stuff. It's not a basement in Bristol, but it has been a fun edition of the Transfer Raider.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.